Akram, my friend, I'll let you guys know about all the three.
Yeah, man, you're right. The first C is choices. You have a lot of choices in life and you have to choose the correct choices.
The second one is challenges. After choosing like what you want to do in your life, you gotta face the challenge accordingly. And according to your attitude of like the way you face challenges, the third C is dependent on that.
So, any cases for the third C would be one by one. That's if you face a challenge and if you succeed, you would see the changes. So if you take risk and choose to take the challenges, then you will succeed, and that's what the changes that you'll be seeing. So the next clip is gonna be can risk taking contribute towards success? If you would say no, then tell me whether you still say no after what we're going to show you now. It's a clip, actually it's a trailer for a movie. We just wanted to see it. It's a movie by Danny Boyle, Slumdog Millionaire, and music by A.R. Rahman. So this movie is a true story. It's based on true story. So what happens in this movie is, it's a spoiler. In 2003, this man is a very adventurous man. He goes on many adventures. So in 2003, he went on an adventure where he was climbing canyoneering, doing that. So when he was doing that, he slipped and he got his forearm stuck on a rock. His boulder became dislodged, crushing his right forearm and binding it against the canyon wall. So he survived in that for 5 days, drinking water that he had left out, and unfortunately the water ran out, so he started drinking his own urine to survive. Then he videotaped himself saying he was going to die, and he said bye to his family, and he wrote his name on the wall of the canyon.
As he told that this guy, particular guy, was stuck in there for 5 long days. Yeah. And the thing that struck his mind was, would any one of you think of removing a part of your body to save your life? Anyone? No, right? This guy, you know what he did? He cut his own forearm, broke his own bone, and he cut his own tissue with a blade and knife and carried for adventurous purposes. That's what he did. I don't think like any one of you would do that to save your own life.
Just imagine, you got your hand stuck in a rock and you can't come out of it. Your hands are just locked. So what he did was, he had to cut his forearms up from here. So he did cut, and not only cut, he just had a knife. So what would you do when you just have a knife? You can't cut your bones off. He had to break his bones off. He did that by himself. And then he had to climb, he was bleeding, and he had to climb a 65-meter canyon because he was inside it that much. And then he came out and he had to walk for a long mile. He had to walk a lot. So then he had some tourists, there are 3 tourists were there, so they saw him and they called for help. And a helicopter came and rescued him, and his hands were then cremated and given to him. So I'm going to show who this real man was. His name is Aaron Ralston. This is the man. You can see his forearms. It's made like this, and he's still doing adventures. He's still on many adventures. He's still doing. So you can ask, what did he accomplish by this? Because he lost his hand. Because he was a very adventurous man. That's what he wanted to do. He was very adventurous. And when he was doing adventures, unfortunately he was stuck. So he took the risk of cutting his own forearm, and due to the risk, he's living now. That's the success he did. And then a movie based on him but he's still alive. Isn't that great?
That's what success is. Okay, now I have a mini quiz for all of you guys to participate in it.
Every answer gets a sugar.
Okay, the first question is, okay, Dropped out of the college in the first year, he was once the richest man of the world. You think?
Yeah, that's right. It was Bill Gates.
Second question is, he's an Indian business tycoon. He only passed 10th grade.
The answer?
What?
Yeah, that's right.
The third is, he never attended college after graduating from high school.
Many guys.
Yeah, there are many guys, but famous guys. You know them.
This question might not be very specific. I will tell you.
Warren Buffett.
That's
The second most richest person now.
The next question is, the most outstanding Indian cricketer who failed in his 10th standard board exam. Yeah, that's the right answer.
Right.
Okay, 2-3 days ago I was going through one of the websites and I read it's not like, I'm not exact about that. It says like in 1960 or 1970, this particular guy failed in his 10th board exam. And in the year 2010, the 10th grade of the whole Indian nation study about the first chapter. That's what is called success.
He failed in his 10th exam, and the 10th exam was based on him.
Next,
That's such a
next is, he didn't get a job at the University of New York as a physics professor.
This has to be
Very
really dumb. I mean, what happened was really stupid. Any answers?
Anyone heard about Eagle and Caesar?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is Einstein. He didn't get a job as a physics professor. He's the world's smartest man now.
And the last one is, he left school at the age of 16 and is now the owner of Virgin Go.
Robson.
What?
Robson.
Anyone? The guy, like, I'm like going to collect the stuff from.
Later after the seminar.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been talking about famous failures, risk taking, the people's life. Next year, I had friends sitting at present in this hall who have his personal risk taking experience. It might be a very small story, but what he did, you can probably hear, I did that and I succeeded. Okay, here's Niran and my partner Akram.
Thank you. So, I just want to say, I've not accomplished a lot. That's why it's just going to be a small story. I'm not as successful, so I just have to say a small thing that I did as a risk of doing. So, I had a headphones that I really like, a Bose headphones, but the right side of the headphones did not work. So what would you do if you had a headphone like that and it didn't work? Showcase. Cool. So what I did was, I had nothing to lose because it's not going to work anymore. So I just looked at it and I found it had a lot of cuts in it. The wire was cut a little bit. But then when I looked at the bottom where you plug it into your iPod or into the headphone jack, that had a big tear in it. So what I tried to do was, I thought, okay, let me give it a try, and I cut open the half of the wire. I'll just show you. Now this is the phone, whereas this part was different before. It was different before. But over here, it had cut. So I cut open from this part. I didn't know what this was at first, and now I know it's an amplifier. So I cut open this part, and I opened this up, and I saw this was a different wire and this was a different wire. So it was connected to a small chip or motherboard kind of chip. So I didn't know what it was. It had 4 different colors in it.